to me, bro.
Let's go. Alright, my guy, we back.
We back. Welcome to Under the Surface. You're on the mic with Mike and Dyls.
Hello.
My wife said I had to say that at some point. On the mic of Mike. So
On the mic with Mike. It's sticky now. It's
there
on
it
the
is.
mic with Mike.
There it is.
Bit of a bad boy reference.
So today we will be looking at where it all started. I mean, funny topic because we're starting. You know, this is episode number 2. But let's give the listeners an insight into, you know, what it's all about, how it came about, where we're heading with it, and what to expect.
Cool. Easy.
Yeah.
I think, you know, it's probably a good segue from, you know, that first one we did. Obviously, it was like an intro into us. And now, like you said, a nice little segue intro into Under the Surface and the whole Poddy, right?
That's it, bro. You know, I grappled with the idea of running it back with this this topic today. But as you said, I think it's an important one for us to, you know, give our listeners just a bit of an insight into what we want to, what we're trying to achieve here.
Cool. What do you mean run it back?
Oh, you know, like after our intro one, you know, that could have been enough. We could have been intro, bam, into
straight into it,
into interviews or whatever we're going to do. But I think this will give us a good flavour for listeners and whether or not they want to jump on board with us and follow us for the ride.
Yeah, no, I think you pretty much hit the nail on there for that, bro. Like, you know, at least everyone can sort of know what to expect and what's coming up. I think possibly by the end we can sort of touch on, you know, maybe even throughout this episode we can touch on what we're going to be doing, who we're going to be talking to. I reckon we can get into that or nah? Yeah,
I think we can, you know, we can give a little few sneak peeks here and there.
All right. So there it is. We'll get into it. But first, I know you wanted to ask me this one.
I'm asking you this one. I have to because, bro, you're the catalyst, bro. This is your baby. You hit me up in, I think it was September, October last year, maybe.
Yeah, roughly. Yeah.
September, October last year with the idea. And so, you know, give our listeners a bit of an insight into why start a podcast. Like, why did we kick into this journey?
I think so. To go back, I've always kind of been into podcasting. I love listening to podcasts and stuff like that. You know, all the mainstream footy ones, the overseas American sport ones and all that sort of jazz. And I never really come across a podcast that sort of highlighted the up-and-coming athletes, so like the youth. And because at the time, we were sort of involved in that whole rugby league circle, youth circle here, Wellington, and I thought, oh man, like it'll be cool to have like a platform for these kids. You know, they got social media and all that sort of stuff, but I just thought a podcast would be kind of cool as well, something different for these kids. Because I think what a lot of them don't get taught is this like whole media training thing, right? You know, they just 100%. Jump straight into being an athlete, and it's not until they maybe get to like their 20s and stuff like that. This is rugby league circles. I don't know how they do it in rugby and that they formally get that media training. So I thought this could be quite a nice little intro for them to sort of just cut their teeth into like interviewing, I guess. And I just like, I knew there was like a lot of boys here in Wellington especially that were like gun athletes, but like they just sort of hover around and just float between, you know, the rugby circles, the flag circles, the league circles. So I just sort of wanted to give them or make something to give them a platform to sort of have a chat to and just see where they're at, like see what their journey's been like, what their journey's looking like and where they want to go. That's how it started. And then I was like, I knew I didn't want to do it by myself. Like I was like, I could do it by myself, but I knew, there was scope to make it a bit bigger than what it was. It was just trying to find the person to do it with. The person that I always imagined. Wow. the person I always imagined that I would sit next to do it with would, you know, be someone that I could vibe with.
Yeah.
But also complement, I guess, my crazy a little bit. I guess is the.
And do I do that, bro?
I think so, man. Like I'll be honest, he writes all the notes, and I'm just straight. Yeah, man, we'll be sweet off the cuff. But I've actually got his note. I've got notes today, so.
I see that.
Yeah,
I'm impressed. Bro.
Yeah, I've got notes, so I thought I better come into this one a bit more prepared. But that's kind of where I knew I was at, and then it wasn't until around about October, maybe September, I was like, man, I know just the person, I know the perfect person, and that's where I sort of hit you up, and I just sort of dropped the idea. I didn't to be honest, I didn't expect like you to be like, yeah, bro, like I'm keen, but you were quite receptive to the idea, and it just sort of like, yeah, just been snowballing ever since. Really.
It's funny, bro, when you hit me off the idea, it was more of a pitch like, I want to run this podcast, bro, and I want everyone as the first guest. That, you know,
Can I say that?
Well, that was kind of like how it came across, and I was like, oh yeah, bro, keen, down.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know, what are you going to do moving forward, sort of thing. And then within a couple messages back and forth, it was like, oh, we're in this together. I was like, yo, sweet, I'm down, let's go.
I knew like after talking to you that it had the potential to be something bigger than just like the schoolboy athlete.
Yeah, so talk to me about that, bro. Like, because obviously it has grown from that initial idea, and now we're looking at, you know, the journeys of individuals, of people, of athletes, of coaches, educators, of professionals, mums, dads, people starting out in business.
Yeah, I think like, so my initial idea was these school stars, but I think after talking to you and not just you, but like, you know, wifey Kayla, my partner Tash, it was like, why pigeonhole ourselves there? Like, everybody has a story, like everybody has a journey, why not touch on that? And it just, yeah, I think it just sort of, it's just been snowballing from that, and it's really just been like, not even myself, it's been everyone around me that have been planting the seeds.
Yeah.
And it's not till I get home and I think, oh shit, yeah, this could be quite cool. But then obviously, you know, it's that's how the initial idea started, from stepping outside the school sport frame to, you know, everywhere from what do we got, like managers, like even PTs, athletes, stuff like that. And then yeah, it simmers a little bit, and then yeah, just more conversations with everyone around, and it just sort of blossoms into something bigger than what it intended to be.
Yeah, I mean, I think what we're doing is, you know, there's probably a lot of it out there, but maybe not in the open. And, you know, it's those conversations that happen behind closed doors, those, you know, about purpose, identity, growth, the struggle. And that's the type of stuff we want to explore with people, whether they're, you know, as you say, a PT or somebody in business, or, you know, just the everyday person. We want to hear those journeys. We want to go underneath it all, because that's where that's where all the good stuff happens, right? And
I think that's where people listening like see that potential to grow. Like, there's a lot of stories that are told are like the beginning and the end, but there's that bit in the middle that's probably the important bit.
That's 100% the important bit, bro. And in a day of social media, bro, we don't often see that, right?
And that's the biggest thing, man. Is like, you know, like Instagram, for instance, it's just all gloss, right?
Well, you get the best version of somebody.
100%. And and this is the thing that frustrates me. What you don't see is, how did that person get there? Like,
yeah, I've got stories about that, but I mean, like, for example, you know, although, you know, I did a bodybuilding comp last year, right? Yeah. And, you know, I got some cool pictures, and I'm proud, I'm happy.
I'm jealous, but
but nah, to be fair, like, I follow a lot of great bodybuilders around the world and stuff like that, and you pretty much just see their best version of yourself. And then for me, as somebody trying to grind to just get better every day, in that space,
well, that's
really difficult.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like, I really admire about you was, okay, we seen the finished product, and we got to see, like, you know, we got to see the finished product at the comp, but we also got to see the journey for you to get to the end. If that makes sense?
Yeah.
You know, with like just talking to you, and just like even the message, like, fuck, it's tough, bro. Like, but that's like, anyone that wants to be a bodybuilder, they probably
you don't see that often either, though, right? Like,
exactly.
They talk about how, like, I've been in the backstage with some bodybuilders, and they're like talking about how they love this shit. I love this life. I love bodybuilding, kind of thing. And I'm like, I actually hate this right now. Like, I'm being honest. Like, I mentally so draining.
Yeah, I
and
bet.
so, those are the types of stories though that we want to uncover. The underneath stuff, the stuff that
100%.
happens under the surface.
100%.
But we need like one of those down, down, down every time we say under the surface. But
That's. I'll put one on. Actually, I think they might. Hold on. Let me check. Ah, it's not there. It's not there. But I'm pretty sure one of these buttons does that. But yeah. I mean, after we talked about it, and I sort of dropped it on you. Did you have any doubts about doing it? Were there any doubts?
I doubt myself still. I doubt myself every day.
Not so much you as an individual, but this whole process?
The process, no. But I guess in part that's because, it's like that accountability thing. I always love, I like team sports, right?
Yeah.
And so, because we're a team, we teamed up, we're in this together.
Yeah.
So I can't let you down. But then it's bigger than that because we're actually we want to make something of this. So it's not just me and you that are in this. It's my family, your family, our kids, our partners, and what they're investing into it. And then as soon as we started hitting that, down that track, I was like, oh, there's no looking back here. Yep, I doubt myself every day because I'm like, can I do this?
Yeah.
But I push myself to be like, yeah, let's go get it.
I think it's, for me, I know I can do it. The thing that trips me up is how do I do it? How?
Well, that's a good point.
I don't doubt my my ability to do it.
Yeah.
I mean the fact that we've gotten this far, I'm like, all right, cool. I believed in that. I wholeheartedly believe in that. But it's just moving forward is shit. How do I keep it going? How do we keep it going? And I think I talked about it on the first one. I feel like you just mentioned, our families are in it. Almost have an accountability and responsibility to everyone to keep this going or actually have a good crack and make something out of it.
100%, bro. And as you were saying before, with sort of who we're going to be talking to and those types of things, part of that journey in itself was figuring out, man, who do we want to target? What does the feel like? How do we make it meaningful and not just noise?
Yeah.
And you've said that to me a couple of times, bro, this can't just be a hobby.
Yeah.
Let's crack this. And so I think that gave us a sense of purpose and then we went out and started to strategize and, okay, what does this actually look like in reality? In a business proposal sense.
Yeah. And I mean, we're still sort of ticking away at it. In my mind, it's probably never going to be perfect until, this is honest truth for me, it's never going to be done for me until, we get this whole thing to the point where, we don't have to do this as much anymore, the talking on the mic sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And we can just sort of, I don't want to say live off the back, but, let whatever else comes within it sustain, and we can just run around and organize all that sort of stuff. Because, man, I message you on the daily, bro, I think I've done more work on this than I've done on my actual job. And when it comes time for me to do my actual job, I'll be like, yeah, I could probably teach you guys how to contact people or to do podcasts. But in terms of sport and stuff, man, I don't know. But I mean, I just don't want it to be for nothing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I got you, bro.
Not so much for me, but for everybody else outside of me. If it falls apart, I'll handle that. But I just don't want anyone around me to sort of feel the way I'd feel flat.
Yeah, I got you. But anyway, what can our listeners expect from us this, as we sort of head into this journey with them?
I think we've talked about it a little bit, but hopefully some deep conversations. Some informative conversations. Hopefully a little bit of education as well around, depending on the types of people we talk to. Hopefully there's some education points in there. A bit of some laughs.
Always. I mean, yeah, I was going to say, we'll always be grounded. We'll always keep it real, have that human element to it. But ultimately, I want to have a bit of fun with it as well, eh?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, what is it? If you're enjoying what you're doing, are you really working?
Bro, and you seen my, you're taking the piss, eh, bro? Because you seen my bloopers and I struggled to spit that out so many times.
They're the best though. They were the best. Put it this way. I put a smile on my face after it was a very tough day.
Bro,
me and Tush said, I watched it. Tush, look at this. We both had a giggle. But I mean, you know, that's what that shit's for, right? Like,
but there's also like, as I said before around the social media stuff, like that's not like presenting your best self's not me. But I always want to be authentically me. I think I said it in the last episode, like, and you'll always get that from me. But I'm, you know, nearly 40, and I'm friggin', I ain't got time for, you know, to beat around the bush or nothing like that. I'll say it how it is, and you'll get from me what you get from me.
And I think that's probably going to be something else that the listeners going to expect, right? Is that you're going to get what you get, and I'm probably going to be the one that fucks around a little bit as well. So, you know, I think a lot of podcasts don't really get that. A lot of podcasts will cater to whoever they're talking to.
Yeah, I got you.
But, you know, whereas us, I think, you know, like you said, you're authentically you.
100%, bro.
Doesn't matter who we're talking to, you're still going to be authentically you, right?
Yeah, and I mean, if I wasn't authentically me in this space, I'd probably find it more difficult. I'd be, you know, I'd find it a lot harder.
And I think a lot of people will, like, even just listening to it or watching it, will pick up pretty quick, like, you know, I think a lot of people, when they're not being authentic, give away a lot of tells. Yeah. So I think that'll be the one. Were you afraid of what people might say or think when, you know, people found out you were doing a podcast?
No, not at all. But in saying that, until it started to become more of a reality, I kept my cards pretty close to my chest and didn't go out there like, you know, letting the world know that this is what we're doing. Because I was like, bro, we need to get this shit on point. Yeah. And we need to start. What about you?
Yes and no. Yes and no. Yes, because like my group of friends that I have in Australia, they're ruthless. They're ruthless. Yeah. I love it. What the fuck? Who's gonna listen to you? Like, you know, that type of shit. But at the same time, they're the ones saying you talk so much shit. Like, you should be on the radio. You should. No, shut up. But I mean, yeah, a little bit. But I think that's just human nature, right? Everyone's kind of scared to be judged. Yeah, I was a little bit nervous, but I mean, now that we're sort of doing it, not so much.
Bro, how can you be nervous about being judged by your friends when we're hopefully gonna be judged by thousands, millions?
I don't know. It was an initial thought, and I think it's like you. It was the thought at the start, but now that we've set it up and it's sort of going, and then I think after seeing like the post go up the other night after we did the first episode. And then all like the comments and feedback that I got back from it, like all that sort of worry just drifted. Like,
that first little bit of validation, It's always nice. Yeah, you know, you might say I don't need validation, I don't need it. But, you know, when you get it, you're like...
It is nice.
Oh, yeah.
It is nice. Even if it's the tiniest bit, right?
That hurts.
Yeah. I think I messaged you the other day and I was like, I don't know if I screenshotted the message from Stace.
Nah, you didn't screenshot it, but you did tell me.
And I told you, and I was like, on the train, I'm like, oh, yeah. But it was cool, you know, like he was happy because we went to him at the start before we even had all this. Yeah. So for him, to see us, and we talked about it at his gym, and I think for him to see us actually doing it was quite a buzz.
I think the one thing I will say is that, you know, the thing that makes me a little bit nervous is, you know, approaching potential people that we're going to interview.
See, that's the thing I'm not worried about.
And whether or not I'll just go like, oh, nah, bro. But like, man, people are receptive, eh?
Yeah, 100%. Like everybody I've reached out, or like we've reached out to, and there's a couple in there I thought would be like, nah, have actually been like, yeah, like, yep. Which is quite cool.
Yeah, it's dope.
But I've always kind of been from the start like, nah, that's probably the one thing I'm not worried about. Is just asking people if they'd be keen. Like, what do they say? No, whatever. Don't care.
Nah, fair.
Give us a year. You'll be coming back. You'll be wanting to jump on.
Watch the space, team. Watch the space. All right, bro. Bro, we'll get to the name under the surface. You know, where did it come from?
Honestly, I can't even remember.
So I remember. So we pitched each other. I pitched you, I think, a whole heap of names, and then you came back with a few names. And then we both kind of landed on Under the Surface. But again, like, I think it kind of came pretty obvious once we figured out what our lane was going to be.
Yeah, yeah.
What we were trying to achieve, you know, exploring people's journeys, you know, those struggles, the pressures, the purpose, identity.
Yeah.
All those things, and like what sits beneath all of that. And Under the Surface, you know, the name just kind of...
I think initially for me, like the meaning didn't even come into it. I was like, that sounds cool. I like that. It's easy to say. I
thought real deep about the name, mate.
Exactly.
And not only the name,
yeah,
but the logo as well. When I hit you with that logo...
See, that's why. Compliments. The compliment. Like, yeah, I just thought, like, what I do remember is thinking, I like the name. It's easy to say. But yeah, I'll leave it at that. But you managed to put like sell it even more on the meaning.
Yeah. I'm good for something.
Oh, bro, don't sell yourself short, bro. But yeah, like even the logo. Like I remember, I might have sent you like a couple real. They weren't really logos. They were kind of like
pictures
and posters. And you were like, yeah, that's cool.
It's funny when it comes to shit like that, bro. Like especially around clothing and stuff like that.
Yeah, right.
Like, I'm incredibly passionate. Like my passion, I said to Kayla, wow, when we got together, like I was so close to trying to push for a clothing label.
Yeah.
But I just didn't have the balls to go and do it.
Now look, everyone's starting clothing labels.
Like straight
right?
up. But like that's something I won't budge on.
Right.
Is stuff like that, because I'm like, no, I'm real.
I
know what I like, and I like what I like.
You can ask Tash. I'm not a visual person at all. Like, I can't. Yeah, I can't see particular things until it's like if you were to describe that to me without actually seeing it, I'd be like, bro, I have no idea what you're talking about. And you could bring me that, I'd be like, oh shit, that's crazy. But yeah, in terms of like the logo for the Poddy, it's simple, it's clean, but like it just, I don't know, it just works. Like it's quite nice. So give yourself some credit, bro. You put that together. I was just like, man, that's a cool name. I like that. Everything around it, bro. That was all you, man. Like shit. But yeah, I honestly, I can barely remember where the name came from. For all I know, it could have been something totally different. Like the name could have been totally something different, bro. But yeah, I mean, once we got to it, yeah, just never really looked back. I don't think we. Oh, at one point it was like underneath the surface.
Nah, that was just a bro. What was it? Was it under the surface or underneath the surface?
See, I knew straight away that just did not roll off the tongue at all. Underneath the surface.
It just didn't sound good. It didn't have, it didn't have that vibe to it.
Not at all. Not at all. All right, man. Question for you.
Hit me.
Since we started, what parts of this journey haven't felt exciting or inspiring?
What hasn't felt exciting or inspiring? Nah, honestly, like I think I've been excited and inspired pretty much the whole way through. I think what happened, we hit that Christmas break.
Yeah.
And we kind of went pretty quiet.
Yeah.
And that was new for me because we were, like, as you said, like, bro, we're messaging back and forth, like, daily.
It did go quite stagnant over.
And we went a bit quiet and we had some plans over the Christmas break and, but we ended up, having a lot of family time and stuff like that, which we can expect. And then, bro, as soon as we come out of that break though, and we were like, yeah, we're down. I think it was, I might have come around here and we had a chat about some stuff. We did a bit of strategy type stuff.
I think so, yeah.
And then I was getting pretty excited by that. It wasn't until I got home though and you messaged me and you were like, bro, I'm all in now, like you've got me pumped for this. Yeah. And so like you're buzzed for it. Yeah. And I just fed off that. And then since then, that was a month ago or whatever it was. Yeah. And since then I've just been like, yo, let's go, let's get this.
It's kind of like, this is kind of what we really talk about, eh? Like we rarely talk about anything outside of this, which is quite, for me, quite cool. Like if this is all we talk about, then yeah, that excitement must be there. But that Christmas period was quite tough. That was quite tough. Yeah. I had great plans, like, yeah, we can do this, and then my kids turned up and I was like, yeah, no, I'm leaving for a week. But like at the same time, like I was still thinking about it. Like this was all I kind of thought about. I was like, yeah, we could do this. I want to do this, and like still dropping you messages here and there, but yeah, it did go definitely quiet for a little bit.
Another question for you, bro. Just come top of mind. But, and the reason I'm asking the question is because it has taken us a bit to get to this point where, you know, well, obviously you've been working on the space, for us to be able to do this. To those that don't know, and we sort of touched on it in the last episode, where we gave this a crack once late last year.
Yeah.
So we did an intro session. It was like a 2 hour long.
It was pretty long.
Dyls wasn't happy with it, and he was like, "We got to run it back." And I was like, "Okay, sweet."
Yeah.
And he was like, "When are we going to do it?" I was like, next week. Next week. And then the Christmas break came, and so what's been the hardest part of getting started, getting on the mics?
So for me, it's all visual. Like it's all visual. Like, first off, I didn't want to put out something shit.
Yeah.
And I knew it sounded shit. Like the chat was good, but just for me, it was like it just sounded shit. We videoed it, but it looked shit because it was still like in our renovated office. So if I want to do it, I want to do it properly. Like I want it to like feel comfortable. I want us to feel comfortable doing it. I just want it to be legit, like feel legit.
That being said, do we feel legit now? Do you feel that now?
I do. Like, yeah, all honesty, I do. Even though I still haven't built my wall that blocks off my garage, just having this sort of like, even just, it's a corner, but it's, I don't know, it feels like ready to go.
We got some positive affirmations from Tash. She was happy.
Yeah, I think she was...
Not over the moon, but she was happy.
I think she was happy that we were out of the fucking house. But, I think, to be honest, this is what she was happy about. That I could stop bitching and moaning about finally being able to do this. But it's, without her, this probably wouldn't have happened. Like all honesty. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's just a comfort thing for me. Like, fuck, we could have, like I said before, we could just do this at my dinner table, but you know, it just wouldn't feel right. It's just a feeling. It's hard to explain.
You need that vibe, eh? You're a vibes guy.
I am a vibes guy, man. Like, if the vibes ain't right, oh shit, then it's gonna be.
See, I felt a little bit different, eh? Like, I was so pumped by it that I was like, bro, let's just take everyone on our journey, whatever that looks like. Yeah. Like, if it's imperfect, if it's, you know, and it's not perfect now. I'm not suggesting that it is.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, let's just take everyone for that ride.
Yeah, see, I think it comes back to that question we were talking about, that whole thing we were talking about a couple questions ago about that judgment.
Yeah, right.
You know, that like putting it out and like, yeah, okay, I understand it. Like I get it, and you're 100% right. Like, our whole ethos is about the journey. Why aren't we taking everybody through our journey, right? Whether it be in the shitty office.
We'll talk about the journey.
We'll talk about the journey, but
you just ain't going to see it.
No, actually, I'm glad you brought that up, because that's a great fucking point. That's actually a great point, and I'm actually a little ashamed that I didn't see it like that, because you're 100% right. Like,
I wasn't trying to call you out, bro.
No. Bro, like, yeah, when I'm wrong, I'll admit I'm wrong, and I think I was actually wrong on that point, because yeah, you're fucking 100% right. Like, our whole thing is the journey. Like, everyone should be seeing that shit. Like,
speaking of which, though, like, you know, we're going to create space for people to be able to see the behind the scenes stuff.
100%.
You know, the little bits and pieces.
All right, I'll cut it together and I'll put some shit out. But, like, to be honest, when I think about it, after this, I'll probably go back and watch it. There was actually some decent conversation in there. Like, there was. Oh,
that chat was mean, bro. Yeah. That was a cool chat.
But I think it was like
there was no structure to it.
Nah. But I think it was a good way to sort of, for us to cut our teeth on this sort of stuff as well.
Oh, 100%. I mean, the only time I'd spoken on the mic was when you left it at home and had a little play with the kids, and I was like, bro, I hate the sound of my voice.
I actually still got that on the memory card. I might
hate the sound of my voice, and like, you know, just getting used to hearing myself in the headphones and stuff like that, and being like, that's me. Like, you get what you get, whānau. Like,
yeah. And I think, like, to be honest, without doing that, I probably wouldn't feel as comfortable as I am now.
Yeah.
If we hadn't have done that one. So I need to give that session a bit more credit, I think, because, yeah.
Well, that's where we started, bro.
Yeah, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. Well, I promise this. I'll cut some stuff up and I'll put it up because there was actually some decent stuff in there. So yeah, I'll definitely put it up.
Bro, what's our structure gonna look like moving forward?
I think you can talk on that because you sort of designed that whole thing up for us.
So we're going to look to go 30 to 45 minutes. I think 45 minutes is a sweet spot for our episodes.
Yeah.
And the idea was to probably cut it into some seasons so that we have a clear focus for, what listeners can expect from, from a particular season. So this season, we're going to be starting right here in our backyard, Wellington. We're talking community and the cool things people are doing out in the community. And we've got some pretty cool guests coming on board, starting up their business journeys, doing cool things around mental health and, physicality and keeping fit and things like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's gonna be season 1. And then we've got a few exciting things coming up on the horizon, but I don't think we'll talk to those just yet.
No, I think we'll keep that in the pocket for now. I think we just let it soak and simmer this whole first season, about the community. Because why would we not start in our own backyard, right? Like, why would we not try and highlight our own backyard? Yeah,
and that's for me personally anyway. I grew up all over the place, but Wellington's home to me, bro. Like, this is where I had my kids. This is where I got married. This is where I started my life.
Yeah.
And it's important to me. I'm really excited about next week. So we'll be talking to one of the boys, Lau Fuimono of Ainga Rise Recruitment, one of the sponsors of the show as well.
Yep.
He's starting out his journey into the business world, and bro, I'm excited by it because I've known Lau a very long time now.
Yeah.
And for him to go out there and chase his thing at the same time that we're chasing our thing, those parallels are really cool. And yeah, I'm excited to have a chat with him, and I think we might get a few laughs out of him too.
I'm guaranteeing it. Like, yeah. Watch this one, man, because I feel like it's probably gonna just end up being like a boys chat. I feel like it'd just be like a boys chat, just a lot of back and forth slanging.
100%, bro. But what I've seen from him though, of recent, bro, his determination to really get after it, and I'm excited by that for him.
I think that's what makes this like space easier as well to kind of deal with. Is one of the boys is going through the exact same journey, different lane, but he's his intent behind it, like creating something for himself and his family. Same thing while we're doing it.
Yeah.
It parallels our journey. So, for me, I'd actually like to get him on quite a bit because, like you said, he'd be quite a laugh. But I think the other thing about this whole episode structure is, it's not like a normal podcast. That if you know what I mean, like
yeah, bro.
A lot of podcasts might just spit out episodes for the sake of spitting out episodes where, we're just trying to focus on one lane for, 8 weeks. And we sort of just stick into that lane. At least that way it gives the listeners and everyone watching an idea of, all right, cool, this is what I'm in for.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Like, I don't know, we want to do our own thing, we want to make it our own.
Yeah.
And I think that's, we landed in a pretty cool space to be able to do that. But as we go, because obviously we're going to learn as we go. We're going to get better as we go, hopefully. And, some of the sessions will be, will be structured. Some will be free-flowing. I think probably a little bit more free-flowing than anything, to be fair.
Yeah.
But, I'll try and keep some structure behind us, keep us moving forward. It's funny when we got out of the last one, bro. So one of the bro Lau, he was here. He checked in on us to see what he was in store for, and he afterwards he said, "Bro, you said a good balance there." And he was like, Dyls would just talk, and then like you'd jump in and talk as well. But then like when you felt like it was
reel it in.
You reel it back in.
Yeah.
You were like, okay, so.
But I think, and this comes back to what we talked about before, is like that whole balance thing, right?
Yeah.
And that's why I think I already know I picked the perfect person to do it with because
I appreciate you, bro.
I always knew I'm a talker, I'm a yapper, but I always needed that balance as well. I needed someone to reel me in and balance it out.
Yeah, ironically, There's a name for it now, apparently, but I'm an introverted extrovert is what I consider myself to be.
Yeah.
So, you know, what I mean by that is I keep to myself pretty much most of the time. I'm a homebody.
Yeah.
But I can be extroverted with people that, you know,
I'm
that I vibe with, I guess.
Yeah, I'm very much the same. We talk about it a lot at work. And like they got like all these little tests and stuff that you can do for it that I make my kids do and I'm very much the same. It might not seem like it, but when I'm not around people, like I'm quiet as shit. Like I'll stick to myself. And they in amongst these tests that they found out that you know, if you're in social settings and stuff like that, and like you know, you find that you have to put it on to be extroverted.
Yeah.
If after that little interaction you feel tired, you're actually not an extrovert. So you're actually introverted.
I constantly feel tired.
That's the same as me. So like so I'm a teacher and like I only teach like 4 hours a day, but for 4 hours I have to be big and loud and, you know, over the top for these kids just to keep them engaged. But, you know, by the end of teaching, I'll sit in the office and I'm just so drained. Like I'm so tired, and that's because I'm not naturally an extrovert. I'm actually quite introverted. Science, bro.
I'm just giving you the stare down, bro, because I'm like, you know.
You watch.
Are you sure?
You watch. I'll go inside after this and I'll find a dark corner. I'll just. That was so much. But
no, I get what you mean though. Like, so when I first started out in my career in the public sector, one of the boys, he was my manager at the time, and we you know, have team meetings and stuff like that, and he was always like, "Bro, why don't you ever say anything? Like, you're the loudest guy on the field, but you don't say anything in the meetings and stuff." So I thought about that and I was like, "Far," and that was, you know, 15 years ago.
Yeah,
but it's always stuck with me, and you know, I've worked on that, especially through my career in the public sector and you know, in the work environment and stuff like that.
Right.
But I've always thought, you know, my safe space has always been the footy field.
Yeah.
Like, I'll go out and dominate that arena because that's where I feel most comfortable.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's, you know, that's where I'm the most extroverted that I'd ever be.
Yeah, right. That's crazy.
Or that, and then now as I've got older and sort of stepped away from playing, and stepped into coaching my kids and stuff like that, I apply that there.
Yeah.
Now
I don't know. I think for me it depends on the situation. Like, given the situation, I'll be loud and, you know, boisterous. But then, man, like I could sit in my office and sometimes people don't even know I'm there. I'm just so quiet. Like I just
facts though. Like, I'll find the darkest, quietest corner in the office, and I'm like, that's me for the day.
Yeah,
leave me alone unless you need something.
Who would have thought, man? Who would have thought?
Oh, I still don't believe you.
I'll tell you what. Nah, I won't say that. I was gonna say, we'll get a camera. Follow me for a day and you watch. I'm just like
day in the life of Dyls. Oh, it's got a ring to it too. It's got a ring to it.
No one needs to see that rubbish. Fucking hell. What else you got, bro? What you got?
Nah, I didn't have any more questions for you on. I think we've covered everything in terms of, you know, what listeners can expect from us. Throughout the seasons. But we've got some exciting stuff coming though. Like, I'm really excited. I will say we're heading up to Auckland this weekend, and we're just going to get a little bit of content, future content. I'm excited about that. I'm nervous about it because that's our first real exposure to outside of us.
Yeah, right. I know I said earlier that's like, I'm not that bad, but I think the closer it gets to it, I'm like, oh shit, okay, we need to. And this is the same thing with, like, you know, not wanting to do this until everything was properly done. I think that mindset for me is going to be the same as, like, fuck, are we ready? Like, are we properly ready to do this shit? But I think the same thing happened to me in football. Like, when I play footy, it's like beforehand I'm like nervous as shit, but it's not until the whistle blows, fuck, that's gone.
But as soon as you jump on that mic, bro, I'm like, who's this guy?
Nah, that's a lie. But I think it'll be the same when we get up there. Like, once, like, you know, just initially meeting them, getting ready to do it, I'll be like, ooh. But once that button gets hit, I think I actually think we'll both be alright.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty comfortable that once we get into it. Like, and we've picked a couple people that we guess that we're gonna they're a vibe anyway.
Yeah, and it's probably a lane that we're comfortable in as well.
100%,
So
100%.
in terms of that, we've probably picked some good starters for us, I think.
Yeah, bro. No, I'm excited. I'm excited more than anything.
Yeah.
Bro, any closing remarks?
Does it have to be deep and thoughtful, or you looking for?
I just want anything, bro. Just fill the space.
Nah.
We're just.
Well, I told you, I'm introverted.
We're good at that. You're good at that, bro.
Shit. Nah, I think I'm excited for everyone to come along for the ride with us.
100.
We've done that. We've done the intro episode about us before this. Now it's the intro. Sort of like what we're about. So I think from here moving forward, shit's real.
I was just thinking that, bro. It's starting to feel more real, way.
Yeah, and like even just saying that and thinking about that, it's actually quite exciting. Like I'm actually quite excited because this thing that I thought up months ago that I eventually talked you into doing is now a thing, and that's super exciting for me.
Yeah.
But not only that, it's like we're making steps to hopefully better our situations and. Like I'll be honest, the reason I got into this was, hopefully one day, just bring people within our circle along with us, and just freedom to be able to do our own stuff, create our own stuff, and just give us our own lane to be comfortable in,
Yeah, I love that, bro.
And just go for it. So hopefully everyone sticks around. Hopefully everyone enjoys the content. I'm sure you guys will. It ain't gonna be perfect, but then what authentic content is perfect. Like we said earlier, you go on Instagram to see that finished product. We don't want to just show you the finished product. We want to show you the whole shit.
For real.
So I'm excited for it. I hope everyone else is excited for it. And I'm excited to do it with my guy. So
got you, bro. And I suppose I'll close off with saying,
thought you were gonna do a karakia, but yes.
Starting something's new is really uncomfortable, but what I hope, something else that people get from all of this is that, bro, if there's anything you want to go and chase, that you're worried about starting, just start.
Yeah.
Go get after it. Surround yourself with good people and get after it.
That's the biggest thing, right?
So yeah, anyway, thanks everyone for being here from the beginning. I appreciate everybody that jumps on board on this journey with us.
Yes.
Your support, being part of the kaupapa. Man, we're excited for the conversations ahead, the stories we'll uncover, and to keep exploring what sits beneath the surface. Don't forget to subscribe to Under the Surface.
Did you write all that?
Could you tell I was reading a script?
I was like, at the start, I was like, damn, that's some deep ass shit. And then midway through, I was like, this motherfucker. I scrolled through your notes like, has he written this down? Is this written? But I don't have it. But it's gone. That was gone.
All right. Don't forget my God, why have I lost my words at the end of all of this? Don't forget to subscribe and go give us a follow on IG at Under the Surface. Love y'all.
Peace.